Oh, maybe he's back in study? Getting some work done. Said didn't want to be disturbed, but if it's something important,
No.
You upset about something?
Yeah.
What is it? Rudy and the boss have been bothering you again?
No, this has nothing to do with Rudy.
What is it, then, a script?
Yes, but it's not what you think.
Well, tell me. I can fix it.
Chuck, I really want to tell you about this. But you got to promise that you won't repeat it to Asa.
Well, if that's what you want, yeah.
Take a look at this.
Oh, I had to pay everybody else. Listen, I need you here on the set. Come on. Thank you. Here you go. Thank you.
You know, I think you have lost a little weight since you've been working on this movie. Are you eating?
Oh, yeah, I'm eating. That's not one of my favorite hobbies, but I'm eating.
I'm being very serious. Now, come on.
Yeah.
I would like to know. You know, I mean, you're using up a lot of energy, extra energy, and you're probably not taking good care of yourself. What have you had to eat today?
I don't know, I give up.
Did you have breakfast?
No.
Lunch?
Yes, had lunch.
What?
What? What? Had an apple and a Danish. Oh, great Danish. Had the cherries on it. It kind of sticks to the celery. Delicious.
Is that all?
I had my vitamins. There's no time for that kind
We have to make time. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You got to know that. And an apple and a Danish, you can't live on that. You have to have protein in your diet.
I didn't ask you here to be my nutritional nurse.
Well, you need one. I'm very serious about this whole thing. You are not going to make it to the end of the film if you keep going on like this, and it worries me.
I need one. You're right. I need one. We need one. The company needs one. You should be the company nutritional nurse. The nutritional... You'll make us healthy, wealthy, wise, strong, especially Rudy. Rudy's got a lot of... I'll tell you, if you are what you eat, he's in bad shape. That's why he's so unpleasant.
Is he still causing trouble?
He's a disaster area. He is a good actor, but let me tell you, if I'd have known what kind of a pain he was going to be, I'd have hired Mickey Mouse. I only have myself to blame.
Why is that?
Because I should have gone out to Hollywood and done the negotiating myself. I would have been able to pick up on the vibes, you know. I would understand those kinds of things. I could have done that very well, but no. But anyhow, we'll forget about that. Question is your job. You're hired. Be on the set tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Aha. I don't recall interviewing for this job.
Listen, you can't just sit around worrying about Mary all the time. You can't hide from the world.
You're right.
Right. Okay.
So, have you figured out who or what is causing all the problems on the set?
What problem? There's no problems. It's a series of mishaps. Quite accidental. Just a series of accidents.
That is very hard to believe.
Why would anyone sabotage the movie? Doesn't make any sense. It has to be a series of accidents. And they've got to stop, or else it's going to scare people into quitting.
Where are we going, Gary? What do you mean, nowhere?
Well, I said nowhere.
I don't believe you. I mean, you come into the boarding house, you drag me out, you tell me it's important, and now you tell me we're not going anywhere.
I just felt like I had to go for a drive, all right?
Gary, slow down, okay? You're going 70 miles an hour. The cops are going to be after us. Gary, please slow down.
got the lady home all safe and sound, did you?
Sure did.
I gotta tell you, Drew, you got great taste. Sam's one of the nicest ladies in this whole town. Of course, didn't take you too long to figure that out, did it?
I'll tell you, Bo, she's unlike any woman I've ever met. She's beautiful and intelligent, but she's open and honest and so easy to talk to, you know?
Yeah. It is amazing, isn't it? How some women can just have that effect on you, huh? I'd say you're pretty well hooked.
Oh, come on. Now, just because I happen to like her doesn't mean...
That's the way it starts. You like her, she likes you. Pretty soon you end up holding hands at a movie. Next thing you know, you leave, she trip you, beat you to death.
Come on, cut it out.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, I don't mean to tell you what to do or anything. It's 11:45. You haven't called Aunt Euphemia yet, have you?
No?
No? The message she left with Mrs. Pratt is she wanted you to call her at 10.
I know.
Well, I'd call her myself. I was planning on it, but I didn't think she'd take that too kindly, seeing as how when I'm down in Louisiana, I couldn't do or say anything that was right. Look, why don't you go to the payphone here and just call her and bill it to my phone at the penthouse?
I don't think I'm going to call her tonight, thanks.
Well, why not? She's just going to be waiting for you.
Well, she expected me to call about 2 hours ago, and I don't think she's going to be waiting up for me now.
That's none of my business, huh? You know. What made you decide to do that? Something wrong?
No, I just know what she's going to say and don't want to hear it tonight, that's all.
I'm sure he got my message. That Mrs. Pratt woman said she knew where he could be reached, and she passed the message on to him. 2 young men with a housekeeper. That's what the Buchanan money can do for you. Well, those 2 are living well. Lincoln, you are not listening to me.
Yes, Miss Euphemia, I heard every word.
What was I saying?
You were talking about our housekeeper, Lucinelle Bayard.
Oh, Lincoln. Lucinelle has been dead and gone these last 20 years. No. I was talking about Drew and the way he must be living up there in that land. Look, there's never been a telephone in this house before. He said we had to have a telephone so we could talk over things. But does he ring it often? No, it's just another expense we could have done without. And that contraption. You said he was going to send tapes and we were going to play him on that thing. Has he sent any tapes? No. You know what's happened to him, don't you?
What?
Lincoln, I can't keep talking to you if you keep drifting off like that.
I attend you, Miss Euphemia.
Good. I was saying that Drew has found the easy life. He has been seduced by the Buchanans. He has gone over to the enemy.
No, Miss Euphemia. No. Drew is a Ralston.
Then why is he dawdling? He knows that Bo Ralston is the key to everything, to our resurgence, to our rehabilitation. Why doesn't he do something?
He's young. They be like that. They don't be like you.
Don't say they. We're just talking about one person, my nephew, Drew.
No, Miss Euphemia, you know better than that.
No, I just Drew, only him.
Delilah is much your daughter as Drew is your nephew.
I told you never to mention that name.
I know you got your plans. Suppose they all come true.
It'll be my triumph. I'll come into my own again. All the Ralstons will. We will be what we were again.
I've never been so scared in my life.
Sorry.
He could have killed us.
I'm a race car mechanic, Cass. Remember, I know how to handle cars.
Yeah, well, you've never driven like this before. Well, why are you acting so crazy tonight?
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I gotta run, you know, like I gotta go. Sort of like running.
You mean like running away?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you feel like you want to run away from Randy?
No, it's not the place. It's me. I gotta run away from myself. Doesn't work that way, though.
Why should you feel like that?
I don't know. Maybe I need a shrink to answer that question.
Does it happen often?
No. Listen, I'll take you home now, huh?
Well, what are you going to do after that?
What do you mean?
Well, are you just going to go back to Mrs. Hopkins, or are you going to drive around alone?
I don't know yet.
Well, I don't feel like going home yet.
Thanks, Cass, but I don't need a babysitter. I'm better off alone. Especially tonight.
What's different about tonight?
I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out someday, and I'll tell you, huh? Let's get out of here.
You mean to tell me that someone typed up this new scene here and inserted it in your script?
Yep.
How did that happen?
They must have come in when we were at dinner.
Weird.
Now do you know why I'm so scared?
Yeah, I sure do. I mean, some lunatic could have written this.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And this new scene has me being murdered by the chauffeur in the beginning of the film. Now, if it was played that way, there's no story left.
Well, I know. It didn't make sense. Sure this isn't some kind of prank?
No, it is not a prank. I am being threatened. First it was Tony, then Rudy, and now me, and I'm so scared I can't even see straight.
Well, we gotta tell Asa.
No, you promised you wouldn't tell.
Well, that's before I knew about this, but I mean, what? What if we don't tell Asa and something happens?
But you know what he's going to do? He's going to pull out of this whole thing because he's going to think I'm in danger.
Well, under the circumstances, what else can we
Jackie,
do?
please. This is my big chance to make something of myself. Don't take it away from me. And if Marco and Edwina, this is a chance for them, too. We can't ruin it.
Yeah, but if this were just one isolated incident, but somebody repacked Tony's parachute and somebody mixed up Rudy's contact lens solution. We just can't ignore this.
But is telling Asa going to help us catch the man?
Ed Hall was on a set today. Did you tell him about it?
No, because I hadn't found the new scene in my script yet.
All right. I won't tell Asa yet, but I'm going to get Ed Hall over here right now.
How long do you think it's going to take us to shoot the cafe?
Oh, it's going to definitely take the entire day. We got a lot of work to do. Did you check for all those extras? They're all coming?
Yeah, they're all straight.
Good, because we've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. I've got this tentative schedule over here. Yeah, here it is. And I want you to work this out. We'll talk over the particulars tomorrow over breakfast.
Okay, well, it's a good thing I spent the night here. That way we can get to work early in the morning.
Now, you don't have to worry about that. We got this extra room here. I told you can always use it. The only thing I can't give you is a toothbrush.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I took care of that while I was downstairs waiting for you.
I think I'm going to check this thing. Excuse me a second.
Why do you have that thing? Doesn't the hotel take care of that?
Yeah, well, last time they gave me 1 out of 3 messages.
Marco, it's Rudy. I'm in my dressing room. I just discovered who's responsible for everything that's happening. Get over here right away.
How you doing? Come on in. Let me get you. Can I get you a drink?
I don't want to drink.
What's the matter? Are you in trouble?
Yes. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about us. Before everything happened. Back when you were courting me. I don't suppose you remember anything about all that.
No, sure I do.
You do? It's a pretty strange time, wasn't it? We were in love with each other. I loved you. I didn't even know who you were. Did you love me?
Of course, you know I did.
I'm embarrassing you.
No, you're not. No.
Yes, I am. I know you. I should just go.
No. Just tell me what I can do for you.
Have you ever been frightened of yourself?
You mean like of what I'm capable of?
No. I mean of who you are. It's like when I was a kid. And I was in all those different foster homes. I knew that I had to be very good and polite and obedient, or I wouldn't have any place to live. But deep inside, there was a very nasty little girl who wanted to do terrible things. And I was always afraid that she would take over. You don't want to hear this. I'm boring you.
No, you're not. Just sit down.
You could have changed everything. You could have changed everything before tonight.
What do you mean before tonight? What could I have changed? I don't really understand. All right, just relax. I'm going to call Will. We'll sit down. We'll talk this over. All three of us, okay? All right? Just relax. I got to get the phone. It's probably Rudy.
Good news, Miss Euphemia.
A letter from Drew?
Even better. Looks like one of them little tapes.
Oh, yes it does. Get that contraption.
Yeah, it's about time.
Here we go. Yes, there it is. Look at it. Do you know how to work that?
Drew showed me just before you left.
This was mailed 2 days ago. What's he been doing since then? Why didn't he return my call? Something has happened. Oh, I should have told him the truth, the terrible truth about what they did to Yancey. Have you done it?
Yes. Push this button here.
Hi, Euphemia. These are my first impressions of Landview and my meeting with Bo. As soon as I got off the plane, I took a taxi to his apartment in Landview. Actually, apartment is too ordinary a word to describe his home. It is a huge penthouse on the top of a tower with the most magnificent view.
Here we are, gentlemen. Warm up here. Thank you. Sure. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. You got anything special planned for today? No, nothing special. Good. Recently, we mosey on over to Marco's movie set, watch him shoot for a while. Of course, you're going to run the risk of maybe meeting up with old Laso.
Oh, I've already met up with him, and he told me in no uncertain terms he's got no use for me. In fact, he was downright insulting.
Well, hey, congratulations to you.
What do you mean? It was a pretty unpleasant experience.
Well, maybe so, but at least he treated you like a real person. It's not exactly Asa Buchanan's style.
I still don't follow you.
Well, it's like this. With Asa, if he thought there was a chance that he could win you away from me, he would flatter you, he'd offer you a job, he'd promise you a great future, whatever it took to get you on his side. But in your case, he probably realized that it wouldn't work with you. So he's rude to you. And when Asa Buchanan is rude to somebody, in a weird sort of a way, he's paying you a compliment.
Well, I'll tell you, there's something else going on there, too. He got all carried away because he saw me with Sam and got jealous.
Crazy old man. When is he going to realize that it's all over between him and Sam?
Is it?
Yeah, that's the deadest doornail in this town. Everybody in this town knows it, except one person, maybe. Asa. Heard the old saying, there's no fool like an old fool?
Oh, but it's so pointless. I hardly even know Sam, and I'll tell you one thing for sure. It's going to take more than a dozen Asa Buchanans to keep me from seeing her again.
That's good. Good for you, but I want to tell you something. You keep an eye on him. That old man's capable of some pretty outrageous behavior when he thinks that somebody's trying to get in his way.
Well, I'll tell you this. I know all about that, Bo, and doesn't faze me one bit. Okay, Chuck. What else you want to know? I've been walking around that warehouse all night long. I could do with a little shut-eye.
I appreciate you coming over this morning. I know you don't like to be here.
Only when Uncle Ace is here. I'm fed up with him telling me how undignified it is for a Buchanan to be a security guard. Talk about hypocritical. I mean, he keeps yapping about my Buchanan ambition and drive and whatever, but all he's ever offered me is just that kind of job.
I know.
I mean, he brings me up from Texas to be Olympia's jailer. I tell you, Chuck, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get that out of my mind. I still hate myself for being a part of that.
Seems to me that you still hate Ace a little bit, too.
What's wrong with that? Oh, he tricked me, didn't he?
Yep. Well, what can I say? I guess the older you get, the easier it is to forgive.
I'll never forgive him for what he did to that woman.
All right, okay. Let's get back to the movie.
The movie?
Yeah. We've established that you hate Asa. Now, what do you got against the movie?
Nothing. But it's a losing proposition.
What makes you think so?
I've been around that operation. It's going nowhere. Well, with Marco acting like some old-style Hollywood director screaming his head off. And you got that creep, Rudy Lavasso, upsetting all the girls by making passes at him.
Well, who knows?
Joke.
Maybe that's the way all movies are made.
Well, I can tell you, this one isn't getting off the ground. I mean, can you imagine any sane person sinking $1 million into a movie starring Mimi? She's never acted before in her life.
Just get one thing straight, all right? When it comes to money, nobody's saner than Asa Buchanan.
It's money down the tubes, I tell you. And he had the nerve to laugh at me when I lost my share of Landview West.
What makes you think it's money down the tube?
Because this movie will never be made. Take my word for it.
Huh. You know something nobody else knows? I mean, you're pretty antagonistic toward this film.
I'm just calling the shots as I see them. Well, I'm going to go home and get some sleep.
One more question.